Yu-Gi-Oh actually released a single one card in the world, like a promotion for the baseball player Shohei Ohtani. He's basically the most recognizable star in our generation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Asia CEO Community with Freestyle, talking with startup founders around the world. And today, I've been really privileged to be able to talk to Frederick, who is from the BBT Group in Australia, who is actually going to run a really interesting business proposition coming up. So, hey, Frederick, how are you doing?
Good. Good afternoon, Freeman, and thank you for having me here.
Thank you for your time as well, too. I know it's really hectic in Australia at this time of the year, right? So can you explain a little bit more about what the BBT Group is and what you guys actually do?
Yes, so the BBT Group, it actually started in Australia by my father. It's a family business that started almost like since the 1990s, and it had business in China, in Hong Kong, Australia, Japan, and recently Indonesia as well, starting last year. And nowadays, we're mainly focused on, we transitioned from doing catering, doing education, retail, and some investment to mainly an investment house nowadays.
Oh, okay. So you guys are diversifying?
Yes, that's correct. So we currently are having a restructure for the company, and we're expecting the company to be, the sole focus of the company would be investment in the future.
And are you guys based in Sydney?
Yes, that is correct. We're based in North Sydney, actually.
I love North Sydney. I miss North Sydney. Used to work there.
Yes. Have an office next to Kiri Billy, if you remember the place.
Oh, yeah. Nice area. I used to work right at an office over there for Cisco years ago. Love walking past the Harbour Bridge every day going to work.
That's amazing.
When we spoke a few weeks ago, we talked about a specific venture that you guys are diving into. Trading cards, right? Then now I don't know too much about trading cards myself because I'm not a huge collector, but seems like that you guys are actually going to build a trading card platform. Can you, at a high level, kind of explain what you guys are trying to do in that space?
This was originally a personal project. It was like a side project that I was thinking about since actually from my college days and my freshman year. Since I have this connection in the trading card industry, and also I personally have been a big collector myself. So when I put this talent to a waste and just set it aside, I always wanted to make it into like a profession. After discussing with my father, saying that maybe our company could also try something like this, try to set up a platform for trading cards and make it be like more focused on like the overall market instead of single cards, then it might be successful because no one else in Australia at least is doing that. For the platform itself, I'm thinking of something like, to put it simply, it's similar to a stock market, like something like a Dow Jones, like if you see all the graphs like of the charts like going up and down. But instead of it being stocks of different companies, it's going to be of trading card games. For example, like for the Pokemon trading card, which is the most hot topic nowadays in the trading card industry. So we are looking to do it in two modes. One is like how the overall market is rising and people could, buy stocks similar to the S&P, and to predict on the future of like whether let's say the market will rise or like decline in the future. And the secondly would be, for example, like individual cards of individual card games, so people could actually buy some cards for them to hold or for them to use as a personal entertainment purposes. These are the two main directions we're looking into. We've been looking for several partners in Australia who has established the names as well.
Now, is this a big market in Australia in general?
In Australia, in the old days, let's say, even with myself as an example, so trading cards in the past is just basically what you whip out when you are bored and when you have like some spare time. For example, when I was at school during recess, I would like bring out my Pokemon cards from my lunchbox to play other classmates to maybe bind and have fun. But nowadays, let's say for an example, a personal example. So There was a card convention a couple weeks ago in Australia. It's actually in the ICC, which is one of the biggest stadiums, conventional centers in Darling Harbour. And there was a big card convention that lasted for 2 days, and I've seen a lot of all kinds of people there. Like, for example, I've seen some even more elderly collectors and also a lot of kids actually. So I was thinking, I actually went up and approached some of them and asked them like, hey dude, you look like you're only 10, 11 years old. Like, what are you doing here? You know, aren't you supposed to be playing in the playground? And they show me their collections, and they do have like some really good cards. I actually got the privilege of interviewing one or two of them. They told me like this little kid, we'll call him Thompson. He was only, I think, 10 years old. And he told me that, he showed me this pretty expensive card. Like, let's say it's worth around 2,000 Australian dollars.
Oh,
yes. And I was like, whoa, did your parents buy that? Like, where do you get this card? He told me that he saved up a lot of money to buy separate packs, and then he didn't open the packs, actually. He saved the packs until the packs actually increased in value, and he sold them. And then with the money from the packs, he bought this card. And and I'm asking him, like, why do you buy this card? Like, it's pretty expensive. Won't you want to buy something else? He actually told me that he would want to wait, to hold on to this card, wait, and sell it until it's 4,000. So, I mean, kids nowadays are just little entrepreneurs, and I'm just saying, like, this little kid is like a little businessman, and it basically, I think more or less summarizes the whole scene of this industry. Is that the level of entry the barrier to entries is actually quite low. So you can start with anything. You can start with a few cards. You can start with like pouring in thousands. You can start even doing more than that. It's your own choice. And no matter your age, no matter your nationality, no matter like what other factors there is, like if you want to have fun, you could like use your cards to play games. If you want to invest, then you could buy and sell. As simple as that. Oh, that's what intrigued me basically.
All right. And these cards, are they usually from the US and Asia, or they from Australia as well?
So basically, nowadays the most popular card games with the highest value, or like the most player based, mostly the IPs are from Japan, and the cards are printed in Japan. But some cards are printed in English, and some cards are printed in Japanese and other languages. But mostly the factories are located in Japan. There's only one anomaly, which is Magic the Gathering. It's one of the oldest card games that is still, I think, printed in the US currently. Okay. But other than that, I mean, the IP itself is from America. Most of the, let's say, the slick card games, the card games that people are desiring about, is from Japan, with Pokemon and One Piece being the lead.
This is really good because it touches on to the next question that I have, which is, how do you see your trading card platforms, its potential in Asia?
There have actually been some platforms in the US that does the more basic functions. Oh, of course, there's also a platform in China that also does the more basic functions, which is, for example, it's similar to like eBay, but card exclusive. List some cards on it, and then some guy, they could pay for the card. The money is in the platform, and then after you receive the card, the money is sent to the seller, and then they get the platform gets the commission fees basically. So we would, like, our platform would also do that, but that would be like one of the side businesses, and we would mostly think of doing the graded cards, which is our main focus. And also we'll try to look into sealed products as well, which is, for example, like the unopened packs, because there has been a pretty big shortage around the world thanks to the scalpers who, for example, when they go to Costco and they see like, and Costco is not the best example. Let's say when they go to, let's say, Kmart, and then on the initial release date, they just grab all the available stocks, and then after that, they just like sell it for like double the price on eBay. So we would like to, maybe in the future, after we become a more reputable platform, we would want to be an official distributor and try to make the prices not as competitive, so that people who are actually trying to play the game could, afford to, instead of buying like paying like double or triple the price. And other than that, it's the aspect of the collectibles. We want to emphasize on how you could start from a pretty low entry, and after holding the cards for a while, or after seeing like which of the like how you should manage your portfolio for the cards, you could actually make a profit from it. That's what we want to see actually. And also it's kind of like we ought to treat this entire industry as like an alternative ETF in the future.
Right.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Cool. I mean, given the sheer size of the trading card market, and also the way of how it operates, which I guess would it be focusing on a marketplace, or would there be like grading services that you'll be creating as well, or are you also building a community hub per se? Because as you know, it's a really community-oriented space that we're talking about.
We will be collecting commission from the sales as well, similar to the other site. So if we want to use our site to, let's say trade with other traders, then we would get a commission depending on the value of the card, like let's say a percentage. But of course, it's not going to be something outrageous like, what is that? I think eBay is like 17%. It's not going to be close to that. It's going to be much lower. And also, other than that, it's we would be looking to work with some of the grading companies in the future so that people could potentially send the cards to our headquarters and we send it to the grading companies that are located, for example, in the US. We maybe get like a better deal with them, and also people would not be worrying about the shipping problems that may occur when they send to the US or Canada. So currently, the mainstream way of actually trading cards in Australia, at least, is actually using Facebook groups. Which,
oh, really?
Yes, which first of all, in my opinion, is not safe because, anyone in the world could create several Facebook accounts. There's no verification. There's no nothing. So we would like to maybe incorporate, maybe to have a working relationship with the existing Facebook group to try and advertise to them to use our platform. In the future, our platform would require verification. For example, we would have to upload your, let's say, driver's license or your phone number for you to actually be a user of the platform. Like at least 2 ways of verifying so that there's actually a person, And we also can be the middleman. So for example, seller could send the card to our headquarters. After we receive the cards, we would put it in their backpack, like in the storage. And whenever they want to sell, they just click on a few buttons and we send it to the buyer. So if there's any questions from the buyer, like if this seller is legit, there's no more problem because they actually send the cards to us. We would look over the card, like if it's a counterfeit, if it's damaged in any way, and let the buyers know.
Authentication and verification is very important, right?
Oh yes, definitely. Especially when there's a lot of counterfeits pouring into the market nowadays. Even the graded cards, I've seen from the news that there has been some graded cards, like the card itself is a fake, and also the case that is encasing the card is a fake. Even though the number is like, for example, like there's a specific number for each graded card, and it's all unique. But the scammers somehow found a way to like manipulate and found the same numbers, and then they created a tag and created a fake case for the color. Yeah.
Actually, what's your recruitment process? How are you going to, well, firstly, launch the platform, and secondly, how are you going to recruit?
Yes, good question, actually. Currently, I am looking to find a couple more business partners who are experienced in such industry to help me. I mean, for us, everyone should start to engage in this platform. So we currently have about 4 people. The other 3, like aside from me, is either a technician who could work on the platform, or someone who has strong ties in the trading card industry. And one of my partners is actually one of the biggest owners of the card vending machines in Australia. It's like a vending machine. Instead of saying soda, you sell like cards. He's been renting out his vending machines to the individuals so they could actually sell the cards in his vending machines. And he operates a field as well. We're trying to find like all kinds of talents who, have different specialities. For the recruitment process, like when it's, I would say the most important part would be to have a certain degree of experience with dealing with cards. If we are looking to have someone to authenticate the cards that are sent in that case, it has to be someone who maybe has previous experience with working in a grading company, at least someone who has been in the TCG for a very long time. For some other workers, for example, like let's say in the future when we want to have some event organizers, then we would maybe approach some judges of the current card games and just see if they are willing to work with us. Because in the future we're looking to also create a lot of events with the cards. For example, like maybe setting up some tournaments or conventions to attract people to try and use our platform. Other than that, mostly I think the most important part is that they must be, honest people who would not try and like benefit from, a lot of cards sending in and not benefit from the company. Like, let's say, I'm just gonna grab some cards and bring it home the next day. Yeah, we don't want people like that. And mostly would be people who are having the experience of working in, like, let's say a card shop or having experience in the TCG world as a whole.
Cool. Do you have any cards that you can share during this interview?
Definitely. That's what I was preparing for. So this is one of my favorite sets. They are from, let me check, 2018. Yes. These cards were actually printed in 2018. They are from an art gallery. There were like, I think 5 art galleries in total that happened. And each one of them, they released one specific Pokemon. Like it never been reprinted again after 2018. So these cards are like, 7 years old? Right now, they have been increasing a lot in price recently. And after I show you the cards, you might notice like what it resembles. So this is one of them. Okay.
Oh, let me have a look.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yes. And then it's 5 different Pokemons, but like it's all the same art style. So this one is the most expensive one because apparently it's like the most short print one. And then this one, which I'll send you a more high quality picture of this, yeah. And this my personal favorite Psyduck. Yes.
Intriguing.
So it's supposed to be a set. Unfortunately, back then I was not in the hobby yet, so I did not actually collect these myself. I actually bought it from another collector. They're all graded as 10, which is the maximum value you can get. So in theory, those are the perfect card in PSA's eyes.
And you hold on to those, right? You not
yes.
Fight them around.
I bought them at like in 2022 at around 15,000 Australian dollars of them.
Okay.
Yes, which is how much is that? Like around 80,000 Hong Kong dollars.
Okay.
Yes. And right now, current day value, they are valued at around 200,000 Hong Kong dollars.
Right. And how many cards is that? Is that like a pack of cards or the specific ones that you just showed us?
Only these five. Yes.
Right.
So it's supposed to be a set, but it's pretty hard to get a set because people might have like 2 of the set and then the other 3 they're missing. So.
Okay. Now, a side question. In Australia, which city do you think has the most trading card collectors? Like Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, LA?
So if we go by statistic-wise, last time there was a big tournament in Hurstville and it attracted around 490 players. So around 500 players. And there was one in Melbourne that attracted maybe 600 players. So I'm assuming just from stats alone, it might be Melbourne.
Now, you talked about being an index platform. Now, is there such platform in the US or in Japan or not really around the world?
There is one in Japan, but they only show it for reference. So they don't do any business on it, basically.
Yes, okay.
They're just saying like, so... it's actually the one from Sneaker Dunk, Japan. Okay. And they have this like stock system, but it's only showing like how overall the market is doing, let's say this week compared to last week. If you want to buy individual cards, just go onto this site and buy individual cards, basically.
Okay.
And in the US, I don't think, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there are any existing platforms that does that.
Okay.
They do have like price trends and basically saying that, oh, maybe these cards would rise in the future, but not for the entire industry, and for only selected card games as well.
Very important question.
Yes.
What's the timeline? Like, when will we get to see this platform? I'm also interested now. I mean, it's really intriguing.
That's very nice. Thanks for the support. And so currently we are looking to we already found someone who is willing to do the construction of the platform in terms of the creating the codes and also to making it a running platform. So that would be what we will have to focus on for the current stage. Since the person, he's an individual, he's saying that he's still recruiting some members to do the work for us. I'm assuming this would take at least 4 to 6 months before the entire platform could be launched into the alpha stage. And in the alpha stage, then that's the point where we would try to contact let's say the owners of said Facebook groups and also other groups that have a lot of existing players, to let them experiment with our platform, and also for let them to maybe have a use. And just like when Uber Eats was launched in Australia, like give them a lot of benefits like coupons for purchasing cards so that people actually get hooked onto your platform. I'm assuming that's gonna take maybe like another 3 months for the alpha stage. And after that, when we go through that, it's the beta stage, and we fixed all the previous issues. And I'm assuming the official launch could be by the end of 2026 if we're going by a really good schedule. But it always depends on when the team could give us a product that is functional.
Okay. And then I'm guessing that when you launch, you have a launch campaign to drive interest and membership as well too, right?
Yes, that's correct. As previously mentioned, there will be a lot of benefits for new users to join. For example, like we were brainstorming how we could reduce the fees or actually just take away the fees for the first 3 months when you join. And other than that, like early bird discounts for people who want to buy some sealed products from the site. And also when they first start to invest into cards, give them more help.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. And I mean, thinking about the interest level in the market,
yes,
which is high already, I imagine. And then that you'll be going from Australia and then also touching on other parts of Asia as well. That's going to be something unique. I mean, it's almost like when I think about collectibles in Asia, or in sort of like even platforms such as StockX, they kind of build a index platform for sneakers and shoes and other streetwear items, right? You guys are doing something similar for the trading card platform category, and I think for the younger generation, this is going to be something that I'm guessing we'll get hooked onto.
I mean, for example, that's a really good analysis actually, Freeman. For example, like recently, Yu-Gi-Oh actually released a single one card in the world, like a promotion for the baseball player Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's everywhere.
Yeah, he's amazing. Like he's basically the most recognizable star in our generation. And they have collab with him in Yu-Gi-Oh. They just released a card for him, like this exclusive one kind of world for this guy. And also in One Piece as well, they're doing like some baseball cards for collaboration that is, everyone knows it's him. That's him. And it's just good. Like I just feel like nowadays the designers of card games are very aware of what's happening around the world, and they actually love to do collaborations with the most hot topics, which I appreciate a lot. And it's bringing more people into the card game who might be just Shohei Ohtani fans.
Do you expect your fans or your users also be able to share their experience on a platform in the future? I mean, you mentioned about working with stars and collabs and IP. In terms of social media, will you be? You mentioned Facebook before as well too.
Yes.
Are you going to use any social media tools to actually help promote this?
Oh, definitely. So we are currently still setting up our own. In the future, we would not only have online platforms, but also have a shop, like a physical location in Australia. that could welcome people in to see the greatness of such modern art in terms of the trading cards. So
Right.
it's sort of like how PSA is like one of the biggest grading companies in the world, and Sneaker Dunk actually had this collaboration with PSA directly in Japan, and during the grand opening, and people were pretty excited because they're saying that since this card shop is endorsed by PSA themselves, this card shop must 100% be legit. We're looking to do something like that in the future. Maybe we get some local heroes of Australia, like maybe in the card game scene, maybe in the sports scene, to have some collaborations with them. And of course, social media will be a big part of this. And hopefully we will be able to attract customers from such platforms as well.
Yeah, because I'm big on content creation, right? And I'm guessing there'll be so much content that you can build off from the IPs or even from a user's perspective to showcase their cards for one, and also the excitement of trading onto your platform as well too, right?
Oh, in the past, actually, just to share a story, there was another company in Australia, which is they were like one of the partners of a grading company, and they wanted to create like this card expose. So they actually was able to invite the original artist who drew Charizard to the event, and whoever like was in line, like who attended the event, you could actually bring a card to him, and he could sign on your card. And
Wow.
that was really amazing. Like the first time they did it, like I think more than 5,000 people attended. I don't even know how you get that many people in Australia to go to a place, And so the people, they were very happy to see the legend himself. Kids were getting the cards signed, and even some people who invested, they got the cards graded. On the slab it said, it's authenticated, it was signed by Arita. And yes, and like everyone just had a good time. So we're looking to do maybe something like that in the future. Like who knows? Like maybe we get to find some sports players, some guys who are really into One Piece, who are really into Pokemon. They come over, they sign your card. That would be amazing.
And are you going to, like you mentioned, you're going to be setting up the base in Australia? Where else in Asia are you going to plan to expand into in the future?
One of the stops would actually be Hong Kong. I myself has been playing cards there in Cheung Sha Wan. It's actually a pretty good place. And I've seen a lot of hype and a lot of excitement of people starting to realize the importance and like the value that graded cards bring. And that would be one of my goals, to actually establish an office in Hong Kong in the future.
Right.
And so, of course, in Japan, you have to do that because the card games are originated from Japan. And of course, other countries such as Singapore and even Malaysia, Taiwan, those are some of the next steps that we're thinking of as well.
Thank you for your time today. I mean, I think I've learned a lot about the trading card games just even talking to you in the last hour. And other than trading cards, are you venturing into other types of new adventures that your company hasn't been touched on before, or is this the first of many?
First of many. We're actually also looking into real estate in Australia, which is something we have not invested in the past.
How about in the entertainment side of things? Are you guys getting into like music or movies and other things too, or?
That could be a possibility in the future.
Interesting. So I guess you guys are doing a major restructuring as we speak, right?
Yes. We're a jack of all trades, but after the restructure, still a jack of all trades, just not as all,
And I think, even for trading cards, I think it's an industry that's been around for a while too. And the fact that you guys are building a little platform to accommodate that, I think that's a very amazing thing to do. So
thank you. And thank you for the time, Freeman.
thank you for your time today. I think it's really interesting that we are venturing and we're looking into something that you don't hear about every day,
Yes.
and think about the industry and the startup world that we see in today's world, right? Thank you so much for your time today, and it's been an amazing hour that we've had, and I look forward to hear more about it. And then you'll be coming to Hong Kong.
Hopefully soon. And when I come to Hong Kong, first thing, we're going to see you and Gary.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I'd love to meet up with you to understand a little bit more about what you do and also meet you face to face for the first time.
And definitely.
As part of the interview, until next time, hopefully everyone gets a little bit of entertainment and also a little bit of information about what Frederick and his group is actually doing for the future. And I look forward to see everyone in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you.